a Dredfunn original production. Please sit back and enjoy.
Alright guys, welcome back. This is Dredfunn Draws with watercolor paint and salt part 2. So yeah, this is we've laid this out and now I'm going to show you how you go about and using this and how you finish it up. So once everything's dry, you want to go ahead and basically you can start pulling off some of this tape. You don't want to go too fast. As you can see, it adds a nice little effect. I mean, if you've already drawn something in the front here or in the middle, it's really gonna pop. I mean, you can do this with a wide variety of colors. Just you got to keep in mind that you want to have that salt. So yeah, we've got all this tape off, and once you get that done, there we go. I'm going to actually take these two pieces off because this part is going to be, well, it's a little bit messy. There's no way around it. We got to remove the salt. You know, you can take it up and just sort of bounce it and shake off any excess salt. And then what you want to do is you want to be gentle. You don't want to be too crazy because there could be some smudging of the colors in the white. And if you plan to you want it to stay sharp, you want to keep that in mind. So I just take my finger and gently rub across the salt spots. Like I said, it's only attached by paint, so it shouldn't be too much. You know, some of these other areas where there's thicker amounts of the red paint, that's going to be a little troublesome, but yeah, you're just pulling this stuff up. It's basically going to be colored salt. No longer useful. I wouldn't suggest putting this on your frickin' potatoes. That might kill you. I don't know. Maybe not. It's only watercolor paint. But it can't be good for you. So anyways, there we go. I'm going to brush that off. There we go. We got some more. That's looking good. Now, that has still got a lot of salt on it. So what I like to do is I will take my trusty ruler here, and you hear that? I'm just scraping it off. Keeping in mind that I don't want to get too much of the color bleeding in there. It can smudge in. And if you're going to do a final ink or you're going to add a drawing to this background, you're going to want to get this salt off. And when it comes off, as I said, you can already see the neat little effect that we got here. So we're just going to, again, get rid of that salt, brush her down. That's nice and smooth. So here we go. That's something we can work with. That looks pretty cool. You can see where the red and the orange and the yellow have bled. And like you can then go ahead and color this some more, but what really looks cool is when you get certain spots, I'll try to get it up here, but anyways, like here where the salt has come out and it's left these little spots. Looks really cool, and it's something that I like to use. So I'm going to just show you how we can finish this up and make this a final drawing for this part 2 here. Again, I'm going to tape down my drawing so we're not all over the place. I don't know, I'm going to just take a little bit, my little pencil here, and we're going to draw just a little person here, you know, well built kind of, not too big, not too small. And it's going to be a neat little comic image of somebody showing off their powers. So there we go. So sometimes it's the little things. You don't have to go too intense. I'm going to use my pen here now, and I'm going to go ahead and detail the head. What I have planned to do here is actually just color this little character who's kind of part of the foreground, but really he's kind of the background, because for this video it was all about the background. what I'm going to do is I'm going to color him all in black. He's going to be silhouetted. Keep it in mind, leg muscles, proportion, all that stuff. Once you got that done, if you want, I always suggest taking out the last little bit of the graphite. There you go. I'm going to use my super black waterproof Indian ink. It's good stuff, works well. I'm also going to grab my fine liner Simmons brush. It's one of my favorites, one of the only ones I use. Now we're going to go about adding the ink here. You want to keep in mind that you don't want it to bleed over too much, so I don't like using quills. I've never had much luck with them. Hats off to anybody that can use them. I've never been able to seem to master it. So we're going to color in the head here. Like I said, if you have any questions about how I did this, or just about anything really, you can leave them in the comment section down below. I'm a pretty busy guy, but I like to keep in contact with those that are willing to spend a bit of time watching my videos. And if you've got any questions, and you want to try this drawing and something didn't work, by all means, pop me a line. You can check me out on Facebook as well as Instagram. And there we go. Now, if you want, what you can do, I should have done this first, but might not do it at all. I think I like the way that looks. You can then go in and, well, what the heck, we'll grab one of my old pens here, and you can go in here and add a few lines if you want, keeping in mind that they got to match up with this thing. So trying to keep them in line with the white lines that I've already got lined up here. So it's almost like a perspective drawing where keeping in mind the position. That's something that you can do too. Maybe I'll do a video on that, how you can use perspective to really make a drawing pop. Remember, this is something that I'm trying to do in a comic book style, but also, this is a neat little project. I mean, heck, if you're into religion, I mean, you can throw a little Jesus guy up there if you want, or you can draw a dragon in here. All kinds of things you can do with this kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm just adding a few lines here and there, trying to keep in mind that this ink is not dried, so I don't want to go in and mess it all up with my pen here. If you're going to paint or use pens over top of watercolor ink, I don't suggest doing it very often. It's rough on the pens, especially these microns. As you can see, I got green tape. That means it's a pen that I no longer use on a regular basis for any kind of drawing. So I will use that anytime that I got to draw over top of watercolor paint, because it can glob up the end of the nib, and these things don't last long, and you want to keep it for as long as you can. And then you want to go ahead and sign your drawing. Throw it down there. Oh, 2017. So yeah, this is part 2 of Dredfunn Draws Watercolor with salted background. I hope you guys like this. I hope this is something that you can use in your own experiments with watercolor paint and ink. It's just something that I wanted to pass on. It's a lot of fun to do. Final thing I might do here is I might trim this up, make it look nice and sharp. It's not a very large drawing, but again, this was just to show you the technique. You can see, if we can get in close there, how we got a lot of this fine bubbling, and it's almost like a chemical reaction with the water, the salt, and the paint, where it fades in and out. And it does. It almost looks like an explosion. I mean, if I could have added some browns and some darker colors in and around here to emphasize smoke, but This was just me trying to show you guys how to use the salt. So I hope you guys like this. Don't forget to subscribe, and like I said, if you have any questions about this or any of the other stuff I do here on YouTube, don't forget to drop me a line in the comments section below. Dredfunn out.
This has been a Dredfunn.com production. Thanks for watching.